Hello, and welcome to another edition of Emotions Expert. I'm John Rushton. I'm going to talk about being direct because basically it's the best thing for you and for everybody else around you. A lot of people don't like to upset people, especially today when people are stood round about just waiting to get offended and upset. But we don't care about them because they're useless, pathetic, stupid, ignorant people, and they have no value in life whatsoever. But for everybody else who has a life and understands what life's all about, it's important to let people know what you like and what you dislike. And that even includes people at work as well. Don't be taken advantage of or taken for granted because people do things not knowing that you do like something or you don't like something, or you can do this or you can't do that or whatever. You've actually got to make a case for yourself. You are the beacon of your own life, and you have to actually shine that beacon so that people know who you are. You don't have to be extremely vociferous or gregarious or anything like that. You've just got to be the person you are. When you actually tell people about life and who you are and what you want to do, you're actually informing them of your choices or maybe your likes and dislikes so that they know better how to deal with you. Obviously, your friends and family know you very well, so that's okay. But when you're actually meeting new company, you've got to make it quite clear that you actually agree with what they say, or you don't agree with what they say. Sometimes you agree with people just to shut them up because you'll never see them again, and you say yes, 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 and off you go, and that's it. But in other cases, it's important because you may have to see these people again and again, or you may come into contact with them again and again. And as I mentioned in other videos, you have a certain group of people you meet probably on a regular basis, such as at the gym or your club or wherever you go or to work, or people around you and all those kind of things. So it's important that they don't get the wrong side of who you are, or they take for granted that you would like something when something deep down you really, really detest it. We also in life can actually accept things when people say, do you want this? And say, yeah, all right, it's okay, I'll have that, because you don't really mind, but it's not something exciting. But there are certain things within you which you don't like. And if you don't like heights and you want to go on a fairground, you don't want to be people to come round asking you, oh, let's go on the Big Dipper, let's go on the big wheel, let's go on the big something else. And all of this when your answer is going to be no, 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 no. In fact, it's going to fill you with something quite negative because you're always going to be the person that's going to turn everybody down. If they knew that beforehand, they wouldn't either include you, or they'd say, oh, look, we're going on here, you can come along if you want, you can stand and watch, or we can do something else, but we're going because we like all these kind of things. Then it puts you in a different kind of a picture. It gives you a different understanding. There's no regrets, there's no remorse, there's nothing negative going on. You know where you are, you feel what you want to do. And it's the same when you're going out for meals. If you're going out for meals and your friends like one thing and you say, well, I don't like that, that's okay. Now the choice is yours. You can either go with them and choose something which is not probably very popular on the menu because it's something else. If, for example, you're a vegetarian and you're going to people who want to have a steak meal, the choice is yours. I'm sure there's something on the menu which doesn't include steak, but it's your choice to go with them. Don't moan and complain, and don't put other people off doing what they want to do just because you don't. This is something of your personal choice. Everybody is entitled to their personal choice, which includes yourself. So don't do this. If you want to go and say, okay, well, I'll go, it's not my favourite place, but I'm sure there's something on the menu I can have, fine. But don't, oh, I'm a vegetarian, I'm not going to do this, all the same kind of thing. If you're a group of vegetarians and you're a meat eater, don't say, oh, I want my meat, I can't eat a meal without meat. Fine, then don't go. But don't moan about it. This is actually being grown up, it's being mature. This is understanding who you are and where you want to go and what you want to do in life. If you don't tell people ahead of times, people can only assume or hope. There's nothing more. They're not mind readers or clairvoyants or fortune tellers or whatever. They have to understand something. Somebody has to make a decision sometime about something. Otherwise, nothing would ever happen. And so if you don't fit that bill, that's okay. You're entitled not to fit that bill. But what you shouldn't do is act like an idiot and start getting all upset and saying, it's not fair, I want to do this, because life isn't fair. You're not born with a tag on your little toe saying life is fair. If it's not, phone this free phone number now and we'll change it. It's not going to happen. You've got to adapt, adopt, or move on. Those three, there's nothing else you can do. If you don't do one of those three, you're just going to be a whinging mess. All your life, you're going to be underperforming. You're going to be, literally, you're going to ostracize yourself from everybody else. Now, quite often, a lot of people are loners in life, and they absolutely love it. They don't like being with lots of people who talk aimlessly. They don't like being with people who talk lots about sort of social activities and things like this, or small talk. They can't stand it. Say something really worthwhile, or don't speak to me at all. I don't like doing this. I don't like with groups of people. If I go out for meals, then 3 or 4 is more than enough, unless of course it's a birthday. Then I may occasionally go to a birthday party. But that's it, no more. And so they've decided this is the way their life is. And it's not for you to say, oh, look at so-and-so, he never goes out with other people, or she's always on her own, or she's always with a friend, or something of that nature. That's fine, that's their choice. And they're probably happier than being with you, who's actually whinging and moaning and criticising all the time, because you've nothing better to do. You've got to make the choice in life to be who you are. Because if you're not, and you're not direct, and you're not telling people, you're not giving off the vibes, then nobody's going to understand. You don't have to say every time you meet someone, have a checklist and say, this is the checklist, and these are the things I like, and these are the things I don't like, because that's not going to work. But you, from a moment you actually talk to somebody, when they say, we're going to do this and this and this and this and this, you either say, okay, or you say, okay, well, unfortunately that's not for me, because I really don't like that. I don't like heights, and rock climbing isn't something I would really enjoy, so I'll give it a miss on this particular occasion. Or whatever it may be. Or as we mentioned, food-wise, oh, I know you're going to a fish restaurant, but I'm actually allergic to fish, I can't. So I won't sort of mess around with it. I won't come on this occasion. You've got to stand your ground and say, yes, I won't do this because of this is for me. I'm doing this. I'm not going to spoil everybody else's entertainment by complaining and being dull and sulking and moaning and groaning. I'm going to say, no, this is for me, and I'll be respected for that, and you will be respected for it. People will respect you. They'll look at it that you're a person they can trust. They will invite you to places, even if they don't think you will go, they will still invite you because they think you're a good, warm, wholesome, loving, kind, sincere person. And because you don't like something, they will understand, because you've told them, you've been honest with them. And that's what you must do with everybody around you. Don't allow people to assume and then complain when it's not what you want, because you never said anything at the time, or you waited until it was too late to do something. Make it known to people. You can, when you are invited somewhere, you normally know where you're invited to, what it's going to be, you're going to partake of, what the event is about. So if there's something there which is drastically against what you like, or you can't stand it, say so. Get it out of the way beforehand. Otherwise, you're going to make a mess of it. You're going to feel awkward yourself. You're going to get into a temper. Other people are going to get fed up of you, and they've come out to have a good time, and they don't want to be put off by you and your temper and getting annoyed, and I didn't like this. Well, if I'd known, I wouldn't have come here, and all of these kind of things, because you will not be invited again. I said I wouldn't invite someone like that if they're going to be like that. You've got to stand up and be yourself, because if you're going to be weak and stupid and pathetic and just say yes for the sake of it, and then at the end of the day complain that it wasn't up to you, it's your own fault. So make sure that when anything happens in the company you work with, in the job you do, within your family, within your friends, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. Not the bits in between where you don't mind either way. There are boundaries and lines. Do not allow other people to cross over those lines or those boundaries just because they think so. Make it known that this is a boundary and a line, and after that it's not on for you. And that's okay. That's okay, you're entitled to say that, but don't let other people do it not knowing, and then that's going to cause a problem. So make sure you speak up for yourself, get yourself known, and your life will get immeasurably better.